Welcome back, guys. It's the tightwad, and for our first cook on my new large big green egg, I've had one that I was using before, but this is actually mine. And my new large big green egg, I'm going to cook one of our favorite meals. It's super easy to prepare and easy to grill, and it makes everyone happy. So we're going to do bacon wrapped chicken. So I start with boneless, skinless chicken breasts because they are cheaper. You can actually start with chicken tenders, but I prefer to buy it this way so that I can save a little bit of money because it's a little bit cheaper. So I'm just going to cut the chicken into strips. Doesn't really matter how. I try to cut longer strips, and I use this little, I think it's a Pampered Chef tool to cut with. If they're too long, like these right here, I'll go ahead and cut them in half. Alright, so we need toothpicks, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of chicken. So I went ahead and got out 14 toothpicks. I don't want to reach in and out of things once I get my hands dirty. So I go ahead and get everything I need to be prepared. Today we're going to be using the Honey Hog from Meat Church. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit salty. And I'm going to go ahead and shake some on the chicken. So I do this before I add the bacon, and then you'll see I add a little bit more afterwards. Go ahead and flip it over here and shake a little bit more on. You don't need a ton because the chicken and the bacon are already going to have some really good flavor. So I'm going to take a piece of bacon and start at the top and wrap it one full time around. I'm going to take one toothpick and stick it through, making sure I get it through the start of the bacon and then somewhere in the middle. And then I'm going to continue wrapping all the way down. If you don't wrap the whole piece, it's okay for some of the chicken to still be exposed. And then the other end, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go through the point of the bacon and back through the middle, and that piece is done. You can see I have a piece of toothpick here and a piece of toothpick there, and I know there are 2 toothpicks in this piece of chicken. That is important for when you start eating. I always, since I have children, I pull the toothpicks out prior to serving the meat. So once the chicken is done, I'll go ahead and pull out the toothpick so I know that nobody's going to bite into one or get one stuck in their mouth or get poked for any other reason. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these wrapped then the same way. Again, starting on one end, working down to the other, a toothpick in each end. So I'll get these finished up. So now I'm going to use again the one clean hand, one dirty hand method. I'm going to shake some seasoning on each side of these. If your bacon comes unwrapped like mine just did, you can wrap it back up and pin it. This is my double, and it's coming undone a little bit. And I'm going to put a top on this. You can either use saran wrap or you can use the top that comes with the pan if yours happens to have that. And I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. I'm actually doing this as prep work. You can do this in the morning before you leave for work or in the afternoon when you get home. And then when it's time to cook, all you have to do is worry about getting the egg and the sides ready and the meat cooked. So you don't have to worry about the prep work. Alright, I have the egg lit in the center, and we're right around 300 degrees. You can see it slowly climbing because I just had the vents open to get it up to about 300. I start anywhere between 250 and 300 when doing this. And you can see this is my first cook. Look how nice and pretty the egg is. And I'm going to go ahead and put on the chicken tenders. You're going to notice that I put them around the perimeter of the egg because I don't want them on direct heat, but I also don't want to have to use the plate setter for indirect heat for this process. So I'm putting these on, and we will let them stay here while the temperature slowly climbs. So I don't need my temperature to stay at 300 necessarily. I'm happy with it going all the way up to about 450 tops. So we'll keep our temperature in the 300 to 450 range. We're going to let it slowly climb up there while the chicken tenders and bacon cook. I will come back and check on them in just a few minutes. It's been about 5 minutes and we're getting up closer to 400 now. So I'm going to burp the egg and open it. Burping the egg is not completely essential at lower temperatures like this, but it's still a good practice to get into. meaning anytime you open the egg, you open it slowly at first, a couple of inches, to let some of the oxygen rush in without having a backflash on you. At high temperatures, it is essential, or you will end up with no eyebrows or arm hair. So I'm going to flip these, and I'm actually going to move them in a little bit closer to the middle because we're not getting as much heat today, because we want that bacon to start cooking. We don't want the chicken to cook and dry out before the bacon gets cooked. So I moved them closer to the middle, and we'll leave them for about another 5 minutes and come back and check on them. It's normal to see more smoke coming out now as the grease from the bacon drips down on the coals. So we are going to flip them now. And let the other side of the bacon get cooked. See, this one got a little hot right there, so we're going to move it off to the side. Same here. Still going to be good. And we're going to shut it down and let the other side crisp up, and then we'll be done. Alright, at this point, there's really no reason to have the top of the egg closed anymore. I just start moving the pieces around to make sure everything starts to look like this. This is the look that I'm actually going for here. So I'm just going to flip them around until I get all of them to be the crispiness that I want on the bacon. Keeping them over the hot part of the grill helps. And I'll show you the finished product when we're done. Here's the finished product. I still have to pull the toothpicks out, but you can see I lightly charred the bacon all the way around on each piece. If you feel like you need to, you can cut a piece of chicken open and make sure there's nothing pink inside. Anything white is good to go. And this makes for a delicious meal. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I plan on posting a lot more of our favorite recipes that we cook on the Big Green Egg as well. Feel free to click any of the links you see on the screen and they'll open on your device. Have a great day.